Force will be with you, always. And from years and years to come, it will be. With The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, it's looks like there's always going to be a generation gap of Star Wars fans out there. And with and when Rogue One came out, the standalone Star Wars film, which I liked, that had fans divided, and the upcoming solo Star Wars films focusing on a young Han Solo is coming too. I mean, I'm sure more fans are eagerly excited. Now, I liked the original trilogy. I did, and everybody seemed to crap on the prequels. Not everybody. That kind of got fans divided. And I think they made The Force Awakens as an apology for the prequels. But were the prequels really that bad? My opinion, and this is just my opinion, please don't hate me for it, I don't think they were that bad. Even Phantom Menace, yeah. Please don't be too harsh in the comment section if you're gonna get on me for liking the Phantom Menace. So, now, I don't think it was a great film, no, but it wasn't all bad. It wasn't Highlander 2 bad. At least you could say that about Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. I liked the Clone Wars. No, I'm sorry. It was Attack of the Clones was pretty good, except for Hayden Christensen's acting in that film. He came across as a whiny, annoying brat in that film. And Revenge of the Sith, I think his acting improved a bit. Maybe he didn't like his acting in Attack of the Clones, and Hayden Christensen asked for help on that one, and you could really see the madness that his character goes through. It didn't come across like a spoiled brat. You really feel his anger boiling up in that film. Do you think the prequels were really necessary? Some say yes, some say no. I say, in a way, yeah, they were. I mean, we hear about Anakin's background, how he was seduced by the dark side, how he became Darth Vader. How did he become Darth Vader? Who was Luke and Leia's mother? We hear very little about those things. How did his whole head get burned, as you saw when Luke took off the mask? How did he get those scars on his face? How did those things happen? Well, George Lucas finally wanted to answer those questions, and he did. And with the release in '97 of the 20th anniversary of the Star Wars films, George Lucas saw the opportunity to finally to tell the story, the beginnings of a young ObiWan and Anakin Skywalker, and Padme Amidala, played by Natalie Portman, who ends up being Luke and Leia's mother. Now I gotta say this about Ewan McGregor as young Obi-Wan. He was great in that role. He really was. I liked Alec Guinness as old Obi-Wan, and he did play the wise old mentor very well to Luke, but Ewan McGregor really made the part his own. He doesn't try to do too much of an imitation of Alec Guinness, but his acting is pretty genuine, to the point where I forgot I was seeing an actor and I just saw that character. That's how good of a performance he gave. And he had me convinced this young guy does become that old guy from in the original trilogy. Now, what did the original trilogy do wrong? Well, I hear this a lot. Over the top special effects, the overuse of CGI. Yeah, it does kind of make me wish the practical effects of the original, which was the charm of the original films. But when this was years later, and effects that have improved since then. So I guess it was just too much of a wind of an opportunity. Yeah, and there is Jar Jar Binks. Too much of him went a long way. That's probably why they reduced his character in the second one. I also liked in the second one they told the story of Boba Fett, which George Lucas said in an interview, "I wouldn't have killed him off if I knew he'd become so popular." Yeah, you see his backstory that his father is Jango Fett, and we see how the stormtrooper army was conceived. Sorry. And let's not forget Samuel Jackson as Mace Windu. Yeah, he does make an appearance as the Jedi Mace Windu in Phantom Menace. A lot of fans were disappointed he didn't do any lightsaber action. Samuel Jackson, he didn't care. He was just happy to be a part of Star Wars. Of course, we get to see him do some lightsaber action in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I'm actually surprised to find out that Return of the Jedi was actually titled Revenge of the Jedi. Why'd they change it? I don't know. I guess George Lucas decided to change it because he remembered something Yoda would probably have said. Revenge. A Jedi craves not. See? The fight scene, the epic lightsaber battle with Anakin and ObiWan in the end is pretty good, very epic. And when you finally see the transformation of Darth Vader, like, whoa. Yeah, I don't think the prequels are bad. I mean, Christopher Lee as Count Dooku was good. I mean, you do enjoy seeing Yoda wield a lightsaber for the first time, and oh man, that was something awesome. I mean, Yoda, you gotta remember, Yoda was a puppet in the original, so I guess CGI in Yoda was not so bad. You get to see Yoda be somewhat of a badass. That was something, I gotta say. Yeah, Hayden Christensen's career didn't really do much after that. Well, he was in that medical drama film Awake, and then he was in that bloody awful Jumper. Oh, that was terrible. Well, he still acts here and there, but nothing real memorable. Natalie Portman, on the other hand, had a pretty good first career. She's acting in Thor, V for Vendetta, Black Swan, and in the upcoming sci-fi thriller Annihilation. Natalie Portman's career is pretty much kept up on top. Ewan McGregor's career, it's been, well, I'll put it to you this way. It hasn't gone real high, but it hasn't gone real low either. It's kind of stayed in between. That's Ewan McGregor's career. And with the release of Rogue One and the upcoming Han Solo films, I think they asked him, would he ever do a standalone Obi-Wan film? He said, in a heartbeat. He pretty much loves playing the character. That just might happen, so who knows? Well, Star Wars is going to go on for a good while. There's always going to be more films coming in the future, probably when I'm gray and much older than I am now. Alright? May the Force be with you.